It's time! Wow, that was way too dramatic considering, one, this isn't a UFC clip, and two, it's not really that exciting. Well, it is exciting considering we are looking at the best possible 11 featuring the Premier League newcomers. Hit it!
The Premier League has been the benefactor of an influx of exciting players this summer, and we've made a best 11 out of them.
So in goals we have Karius. This is the 23-year-old coming in from Mainz. He has been considered one of the most valued prospects out of Germany already at such a young age, and we know how those Germans love to develop those goalkeepers, so keep an eye out for him between the sticks. He may have suffered a minor injury already in pre-season for Liverpool, but he is said to be recovering for the season ahead, and my God, do they need a consistent quality goalkeeper in there. Looking at the back line, I'm going to focus on two of those suggestions that I think are great suggestions to look out for, not disregarding the other ones. I think Baye has already been talked about a lot, seeing as he signed for Manchester United, and we know how much we love to talk about Manchester United signing. So it's time to give a little bit more of the limelight to the signings from some of the lesser clubs, like Watford, Zuniga. This is a player that I watched closely in the World Cup back in 2014. He supports very well going forward on the counter-attack, played his trade in Napoli, and he's now out on loan to Watford, and I think he's going to be someone to look out for in the fast-paced Premier League. Very athletic, very good at supporting going forward, as I said, good first touch, and I think moving forward with a team like Watford that's looking to grow on last season's considerable success, I think he'll be a player to watch. In that centre-back role, yes, I'm going to talk about two Liverpool players. I know it must be a dream for Liverpool fans today. Matip, now this is a guy, he's only 24, but it seems he's played his full life. No, it doesn't seem. He has played his full life for Schalke, and he's been considered a veteran. Imagine that, a veteran at 24 years of age for Schalke, and he stands at 6'4" in that back line. He can play in holding midfield because he is very technically gifted for a defender, and he was so highly regarded at Schalke. They were sad to see him go, and he is coming into Liverpool trying to fill that massive void that is a leader needed at the back. Moving into the midfield, we're looking at Feghouli, Gundogan, Mendy and Mkhitaryan. So starting with Gundogan, this is someone that has been plagued with injuries as of recent times, coming in with a big task at Manchester City. He needs to be the glue to hold that midfield together. Far too often last season in Pellegrini's midfield, there was a kind of what-if scenario. Is it going to be Fernandinho or Toure? They're going to piece in Silva in there. And far too often, I think they were all kind of discombobulated in their own role. My God, did I just use discombobulated on a football clip? There's a first for everything. Either way, Gundogan has to be that leader in there. He has to be the figure that makes sure that everyone is doing their role whilst combining going forward. A lot of people disregarding the thought of him being a defensive-minded midfielder for Manchester City. I think he would play very well in that role. He's a very intelligent footballer, and he has a big task ahead of him this season. Now, next up is Mendy. Now, he has catastrophic shoes to fill. This is a guy that's coming in with the hope of replacing N'Golo Kante, the man who has covered every single blade of grass in every single park, I think, in the Premier League. He moves over to Chelsea, and there is a massive void to fill in Leicester City's midfield, because far too often last season people were overlooking how important Kante was. I think when Claudio Ranieri's assistant manager was once asked who do they favour in midfield, they said they played a three-man midfield. It was Drinkwater and Kante either side of him, because this is a guy that covered every area possible. Now, Mendy coming in, he's not someone that's coming in on a whim. Ranieri knows him from his days at Monaco, and he stands very similar. He's small and sturdy like Kante. Has massive thighs and legs. Definitely does not skip leg day in the gym. And he's going to come in, obviously, with a big task at hand. But this is a player that had a very impressive season in Ligue 1, and he's going to come in with the possibility of being that needed player to replace N'Golo Kante. The next one is a very important player. Now, he's on the tip of everyone's lips when it comes to fantasy football, because he is a stat dream. This guy with 11 goals and 15 assists last season in the Bundesliga in merely 31 games, Mkhitaryan. Now, not enough people are talking about him because he's overshadowed by the incoming transfer of Zlatan Ibrahimovic, joining the special one, which is Jose Mourinho. So it's often that a player like this will fly under the radar, and that is exactly what he did for Borussia Dortmund. He wasn't always the household name that people had on the back of their jerseys, one, because it's a very long name, but when you get Marco Reus's in there and Aubameyang, who's kind of got a long name as well, it's often overlooked at how talented the Armenian was. But he is a crucial part of this Manchester United team. I think, going forward this season. He's going to be more of an intelligent wide player, not going to be focused so much on just simply driving forward, but choosing the best option for his teammates around him. As I mentioned before, he's intelligent. He'll work well with Rooney, Zlatan, whoever's going to partner that midfield, and he will contribute with an enormous amount of assists. You can bet on that already. And up top, we're going to focus on two specific players. One coming into Chelsea. They're said to be going through a need for firepower up top, but that is according to everyone apart from this man, and that's Batshuayi. He is confident that him and Diego Costa can combine together to go and push forward Chelsea to success this year. This is the Belgian international who's coming off of a very successful season in Ligue 1, 17 goals last year, and he's often eluded so much confidence for such a young lad, and he'll be a player to look out for next season. And last, but certainly not least, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Now, this is the thing about Zlatan. I've vocalized my thoughts on that. I don't think he's going to be statistically as successful as he was in Ligue 1. But even just the aura of Zlatan Ibrahimovic is going to be enough to power him forward, to power Manchester United forward. Let's look at the things to take into consideration. He's 34 years of age. He's physically still in impeccable shape. The guy knows how to take care of his body, and he makes intelligent runs. He doesn't work needlessly off the ball. He'll make the run out wide to create space for Rooney, as we've already seen him do against Everton and with that great goal against Galatasaray in the overhead kick. But he'll make intelligent runs to preserve his energy for when he needs to excel most. I noticed this against Chelsea last season in the Champions League, playing the ball out wide, making a smart run inside the box and then sticking the ball into the back of the net. Not having to drop 40 yards out, smack a shot from distance, although we would all love to see Zlatan do those Zlatan-esque things. He knows that he's getting on a little bit, and as much as his ego won't let on that he's lost a step, I think he knows well and truly that he cannot do the same things as he has done in his past, but can still be very effective for this Manchester United team. A couple of honourable mentions that I think Bleacher Report have missed out. First of all is Musa. This is a guy, record signing for Leicester this season, coming in from CSKA Moscow, and he makes immediate impact against, just one of the world's most elite teams, Barcelona. Yes, it's a friendly. Yes, Barca didn't have all of their starting players on the park at the same time, but it still takes a lot of courage for someone like this young lad coming into a team that has already hit what most people think is the ceiling of success, and just be so confident. Take on Barcelona players, 2, 3, 4 of them, showing his speed, his strength, and his composure in front of goal. I think he's definitely deserving of a mention. As I tweeted out, a lot of my Yankee friends who are in my fantasy football league might overlook him, whereas I'll be like, I know who I'm putting in. And I don't want to miss anyone out. I know Arsenal fans are going to be up in arms that I've had a full starting 11 here without any Arsenal players in there. And here's the sad news, Arsenal fans. You don't sign enough people. Yeah, you've got Xhaka in there, and I do want to mention him because I think he's going to have a very important role this season for Arsenal, but he just didn't make the cut for Bleacher Report's 11, so that means you can take up your qualms with them and leave me be over here, as I'm just bringing you the news, just the middleman with some very biased opinions. Either way, let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'll be doing more of this style of video, so if you like it, give me a thumbs up, comment, hit me up on Twitter @Francis_Maxwell. Can't wait for the new season. Speak to you guys soon.